Hangland Pool. See, this is that's those blocks I was talking about, like the Hebel.
Oh, okay, yep, out of the shells.
See, out of the shells, they make buildings. So there's buildings down towards where we're heading that are all made out of the shell blocks and that.
We can't go on. No. She's covering her nose.
Is that dirt, Harcog? That's next time we come up. We'll be going across there. It was 5 minutes up the road. Yeah. So this boardwalk got damaged in the last cyclone that actually come through. So no access at the moment. Hopefully next time we come up we'll be able to get out there and see the stalagmites, which is right at the end of the boardwalk there. We're all underwater at the moment. So, oh well. That's what happens when you travel. Things are open, things are not open. They're not always there when you want to come see them. That's what just makes you come back and do them all again. There we go. It's a bit on the cyclone. In April 2021, severe tropical cyclone Seroja impacted the West Australian coast, causing significant damage to the Midwest region. The cyclone and associated storm surging, damaging large sections of stalagmite viewing boardwalk here at Hillman Pool. As a result, the damage increased visitor safety at risk. DBCA has closed the boardwalk until damage can be repaired, anticipated in 2022. Stalagmites are the descendants of the earliest life forms on the earth. While the boardwalk is closed, visitors will have limited opportunities to view the stalagmites. Hillman Pool, as walking, swimming and snorkeling along the foreshore of Hillman Pool Nature Reserve is not permitted to protect these fragile structures. So yeah, that's those there. That's that damage we just saw. Shell Beach.
I don't need photos, we got photos last time.
Yeah. So that's those bricks again. Vermin fence that we just crossed. That was that vermin fence we just crossed there. So it's running all the way into the water over there. It runs all the way across. The vermin fence.
slides just into the water. It's so clear though.
It is, isn't it?
Imagine
Look
how
at all the-
deep it would be.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's where you get the true.
The true shells.
Look at it all. What's cracking, guys? That's our view from Shark Bay. We've set up camp. Got the wind turbine kicking on, throwing in so much more power, plus the solar at the moment. Food's on the cook. Veggies are getting chopped. Hello.
Hey.
And there's daughter. There you go, guys. We're at Ocean Park Aquarium today on Shark Bay. Bit of work in progress, but awesome place. We're going to head inside and have a look around and go for a bit of a tour. Catch you in there.
Or else.
Or else.
No shark bait.
I have an upside down sticker. I want to see in here, but I can't.
Hey, awesome.
Come around, guys. Circle the tank. There's plenty of room over this
Yeah,
side.
don't be shy, folks. Feel free to jump in, take my spot as well. Guys, I am going to hand you over to Josh for the next section of your tour. I've been talking for over an hour now. You're probably starting to get sick of the sound of my voice. So, yeah, righto, you just got here. Saw you nodding there. Guys, Josh is fantastic tour guide. You're going to have so much fun. So enjoy the rest of your tour and thanks for coming around with me.
Thank you. We literally just started, is that right?
Yeah, I was just answering a question about the venoms.
Oh, cool.
Start from
I'm going
scratch.
to start fresh. Look down in front of you. What's that? Alrighty, guys. What we've got in this tank here is our shark-based sea snakes. Now, we call them shark-based sea snakes. You only find them here and nowhere else in the world. How cool is that? Big word, you only find these snakes here. Guys, push right around. We've got people sort of the back here. Let's get right to the front of the tank. Alrighty, guys. Now, these are also the most venomous snakes in the world that we've found so far. Alright, one drop of their venom can kill 6 to 10 adults in about 20 minutes. I'm not scared of them though. Does anyone have a guess why? Yeah.
Because they could kill you.
What was that, sorry?
Because they could kill you.
Yeah, but we'd be super scared if that was the case. Yeah. They don't want to kill me. I like that. Anyone else want to have a guess? Yeah, buddy?
Your fangs are too small.
Yeah, here we are. Where did you hear that?
Oh, God, I don't know.
AC reckon. She's absolutely wrong, guys. Alright? But really good that you've heard that, okay? I will pay that one as a correct answer, still wrong. So guys, a lot of people are scared of snakes, in particular divers. Now the issue is that sea snakes will approach divers all the time. So people felt more comfortable around them. Dive instructors started telling their students their fangs are really small and at the back of their mouth. It was actually written down in a few dive journals as well, and apparently it became fact. Absolutely wrong, alright? Their fangs are longer, harder and sharper than land snakes, right at the front of their mouth. They can open their mouths to 180 degrees, which means if they wanted to bite a human, yeah, they could. Alright, it'd be really easy as well. The reason we're not scared of them is, yeah, because they're very friendly. They don't want to hurt us. Seems very strange saying the most deadly snake in the world is also the friendliest. But guys, you've just seen me handle Pedro over here. Now, he's not a trained snake. He simply came from the ocean to this tank here. So this is generally how they're going to be in the ocean. The only time these guys will hurt you is if you hurt them. Okay, don't try and take a snake out of the water and try and tie it in a knot, like someone's done in the past. Yeah, they died 12 minutes afterwards.
Oh.
The snake or the person?
Yeah. Guys, don't hurt sea snakes. Simple as that, they won't hurt you. Now these guys do have a couple of design flaws. The first one being to have lungs and not gills, which means every 2 hours they come to the surface to take a big breath. Yeah, good question.
Why is one smaller and the other one bigger?
So they adapt their bodies to where they want to live. Okay, so Pedro over here likes to live on a beautiful white sandbar. So he's nice and small, slender and white to blend in with that environment. Grumpy Gerald here lives down in a dark murky seaweed bank with those darker colours, big broad body, hiding in amongst big rocks. Absolutely beautiful. Come say hi to you. Isn't he gorgeous? Now guys, second design flaw is they hate salt water. Very strange when they live in the ocean, right? To combat this, they shed their skins every 6 weeks or so. Peel their skin up, keep their paws nice and clean. Beautiful. Now guys, a couple of fish in the tank here. We got beautiful Barry the barramundi. And just hanging out underneath him is Russell the sooty grunter. Now guys, look, Barry is an absolute weirdo. I don't really know how to address much about Barry because we tried him in every tank here at the aquarium. Alright, he hated every single one of them. Put him in this tank here, loved it. Don't know why. That was us. Now look, he's no danger from these snakes, he's too big a meal for them. However, about a month ago now, there was an incident. I'm saying incident because I don't know how to explain it. Guys, Grumpy Gerald here, the dark snake, somehow got his entire head inside of Barry's mouth. Yeah, very unusual behaviour. Look, maybe Barry thought it was a giant noodle, maybe he had something stuck in his teeth. Not really too sure how to address it, but still pretty cool if you ask me. Now guys, the little yellow fish hanging out underneath him is Russell, my sooty grunter or my trumpet. He has the most important job in the aquarium. You don't want to guess what that job is. Cleaning? Cleaning's not cleaning fish, no. Anyone else? Do you have a guess what Russell is? We got. Well guys, Russell has a pretty important job in the aquarium. He's going to tell us water quality and temperature. Okay, if anything changes drastically in the system, he's going to go, hey guys, something's wrong. Now he turns a vibrant yellow colour. But because these snakes here eat fish just like Russell, he's also going to let us know when those snakes are hungry. Alright? They'll start showing interest, he'll go a vibrant yellow colour again. So guys, unfortunately if we miss those warning signs, he also has the worst job in the aquarium. Little Russell becomes snake food. But guys, we're never going to let Russell get eaten by those snakes. He's a very good friend of the aquarium.
Is the grumpy snake more likely to bite a human or what?
No. Guys, the chance of that, we wouldn't allow that to happen here. Obviously, we wouldn't have them in an open tank where these guys would come up and bite you. If they are active snakes, that'll never happen. No. Yes?
Why is one snake bigger and one snake skinnier?
Yeah, so they adapt their body to where they want to live. You don't need to be scared of these snakes, guys. Is there any other questions about the sea snakes? No? Yeah.
How much people can they kill, like, at the same time?
So one drop of venom could kill 6 to 10 adults, fully grown, in about 20 minutes.
Hey, Mom.
Come have some food, buddy.
Is that a snake?
We'll get to that one in a second. Guys, who enjoys eating whiting?
Yep.
Beautiful. Because that there is a beautiful yellowfin whiting. Now guys, this tank here I like to talk about sustainable fishing. And there is certain fisheries that are super sustainable. One of them is going to be squid, but another big one is going to be whiting. So guys, netting of whiting is a much better method than netting oceanic fish. They use smaller nets, generally they're either hemp made or natural product. They're going to do it in the shallows and they won't actually lose nets to the ocean. So that's why it's so sustainable. They only live a couple of years as well, and during that time they will give birth to thousands of young. They grow quite rapidly. So this whiting here is an average size yellowfin whiting for this region. We do see them up to about 80 centimetres. So much larger than that one.
Take note, boys. Dinner.
I'll get your question at the end. I'll
Dinner.
probably answer it. So absolutely, guys. Please eat whiting. It's delicious and plentiful. Get out there and get some. Now the fish hanging out next to it is my yellowfin brim. Once again, very sustainable fish. Up here in this region, they'll go out and they'll also net those fish. Absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping he comes to eat from me. Come on, buddy.
He's hungry.
The darn whiting. I tell you what, he eats so much a day. Get it, buddy, get it.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Oh, he's thinking about it. Yeah, we go. Beautiful. Now, guys, hanging out of the pipe over there, I have an eel blenny.
No, look.
See him over here, the head hanging out? Yeah, guys.
He's an eel.
Now guys, it's called an eel blenny. He's not an eel at all. He's actually a type of dotty fish. Does anyone know what separates fish from eels?
Look, he's coming out. Fins?
Fins. Guys, there's fins. Alright? Fish have fins, eels do not. If you look at the side of his head, there is 2 little fins there which makes him a fish and not an eel. It's that simple. A long fish. Now guys, I refer to him as the bowerbird of the ocean. Does anyone know what bowerbirds do? They what? Collect, yeah, guys. All those shells in front of his home there, he's gone around, collected them, stacked them there in a nice little formation, so he has a beautiful front yard in case he has guests come over. How cool is that? But really all he's trying to do there is make a defensive home. Okay, he's either trying to trick predators into thinking an octopus lives there. Lots of predator fish are scared of octopus, they have 8 arms and don't fight fair. Or he'll use those to make a door on his house and nothing can come inside and eat him. Very, very clever. Guys, any questions about the tank?
So it's not to attract females or anything like that, or it is?
No, it's
No?
not quite like the bowerbird, but very similar.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Are you meant to be sideways?
Can you go away?
Yeah.
Sideways.
Go.
Hi.
Yeah, just go on.
Hello.
Hey, food.
They're dangerous.
Hungry, buddy?
Don't
Oh,
drop
yeah,
your
you
phone.
are.
I'm scared.
Quick, get it before he does. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. This tank here, we like to talk about poison and venom. Does anyone know the difference between poison and venom?
No.
Venom kills, poison makes you sick. Sounds like a bit of a dopey answer.
I like the answer. It's not
Venom does like destroys you from your flesh, and then the poison is from your like inside your gut sort of thing. Like it works in a different way.
really easy way to explain it. You're onto it. Really easy way to explain it, guys. It's delivery method. Venom is injected into the body. Poison is ingested. So yeah, absolutely. One of them destroys you from inside your flesh. The other one destroys you from your stomach. Brilliant. Really important to know with fish, guys. Don't eat poisonous fish. Okay. What we are going to start with is my stars and stripes pufferfish down here. The guy that likes to chew on my finger, which is horrible if I let him. I'm not sure anything is. Guys, really cool defense mechanism. Poison glands all throughout their body, which means if a predator were to come along and bite hold of it, whatever bit that fish would die. How cool is that? Imagine having that defense mechanism for yourself. If someone comes to you and bit you, they die. That's really cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they heal really fast. So really, really good technique they've got there. But guys, if we were to eat that fish there, we would die. All right? Can't deal with that poison at all. Okay? Some cultures, Japanese, like to push the boundaries of what they can and can't eat. They call it fugu. They prepare that fish there and they eat it. Why? I don't know. It's very, very strange they do this. Look, it takes 10 to 15 years to become a trained fugu chef. Alright? Their final examiners have to prepare that fish themselves and eat it. That was really impressive, I like that. It's like right on tone as well. Fantastic. So guys, their final examiners have to prepare that fish and eat it themselves. So if they survive, they can serve it to you guys. So surely they've done a good job, yeah?
Mm.
Unfortunately, they'll still put you in a private room out the back, hide you away. They'll make you sign a waiver saying if they kill you, it's your fault, not theirs. You shouldn't have ordered poisonous fish. Guys, don't eat poisonous fish. Hundreds of people die per year by doing this. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Now onto these nasty looking fish around here.
They're swimming sideways.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. That's what they prefer, actually, to swim upside down under ledges and rocks. Guys, these are our lionfish. Venomous fish, 18 spines in total that can sting you. Pressure activated venom glands mean the harder you hit those spines, the more venom you get. Now, it's not designed to kill, it's only designed to inflict pain. Look, that pain's gonna last for about 8 hours. Okay?
24 labour.
24
hours labour, yeah, what's 8
We'll touch on that one a bit later on.
hours?
So, guys-
Friends. That's my theory. That's 8 hours.
Look, if anything in the ocean stings you, first treatment method's always going to be hot water. Now, a long time ago, it was a joke. Someone got stung by a jellyfish, and someone said, hey, you pee on it. Everyone heard that?
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
No. Haven't been stung.
White vinegar.
Doesn't the urea activate with the poison? No?
Guys, it doesn't work.
Doesn't.
Right? It's gross, it's weird, and it does nothing. We need to stop peeing on ourselves. We need to stop peeing on our friends. We need to stop asking our friends to pee on us.
I
Alright?
don't know if I'd quite go that far.
If you put ice on it, does that work?
No,
Cold,
guys.
you
Vinegar.
need hot.
I've heard that too.
We can use vinegar or hot water. So
What?
if anything in the ocean stings you, first treatment method is always going to be hot water. Reason being, most of the venoms in the ocean are protein based. Hot water breaks protein down. Simple as that. Cold is going to make it worse. Never ice. So anything that's going to land, vinegar, and that would help. But yeah, guys, hot water.
Hot water.
Now look, I was out fishing with my brother one day. We had a bit of a scuba dive looking for these, and he got stung by one. I said, look out for it, and he was like, what? Turned around, bumped into it. Quite nasty, caught him right in the arm. And we went back to the boat and we boarded the kettle up. We kept the kettle on our boat because we've been stung by so many things over the years. Why? I don't know. We're very strange people.
Just a bit clumsy.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But guys, we boarded that kettle up. He's grabbed the kettle and he's tipped it right in the affected area.
Burnt his
Instant relief. Yeah. Brilliant. It felt really good, he said. His skin was bubbling.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. But that tells you how painful the sting from that fish is. 3rd degree burns feel better. Always test water before it goes in your skin.
The difference between hot water and boiling water.
Exactly. Guys, he was in so much pain he completely forgot that human flesh burns at about 63 degrees.
Yeah.
Alright, he poured it on, I watched his skin bubble, I was like, ooh, stop that, and he's like, no, it feels so good. Difference being, the pain from that was going to last for 8 hours, the 3rd degree burns, 3.5 months.
Yeah.
Always test water before it goes in your skin. If you can't test it yourself because you're in too much pain, get your friend test it for you. Look, I thought it was hilarious.
It's the yellow guy down there.
He's actually a new member to the collection of the family here. He's a toadfish. I just don't know the exact species yet. We believe he's a juvenile golden-faced toadfish. We're not sure yet.
Oh, he goes
Very
around
unique
in
fish that we haven't
circles
actually
and
had here in the
stuff.
aquarium before. So we're still trying to ID him. Come
Sorry.
on through, guys. We're about to get started on the RAS tank down here. Are you coming down the tour, guys? Brilliant. Come on through.
Oh, look at that rainbow fish. Oh.
All right, guys. Like I said, push that semicircle back and everyone will be able to see. So guys, what we're in this tank here is our wrasse and parrotfish. And around the world there is hundreds of species of wrasse and parrotfish. There are so many now, we give them very basic names. So these beautiful bluefish in here you can see swimming around with a crescent in their tail, call them a crescent wrasse.
Oh.
Yeah, really simple. Close relative of Dory.
Dory.
Now guys, there is a fish in here and all she likes to do is clean. Does anyone want to guess her name?
Cleaning fish.
Yeah, not bad. No one else?
Fish.
What about Sadie?
Cleaning lady.
We could call her mum, yeah? Pretty offensive, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. But guys, we call her mum for one simple reason. These fish are all born female. Girl power rocking and stays. Isn't that incredible? I said girl power and there's no cheering. You guys are being a real tough crowd today. There we go. Fantastic, guys. Girl power. Yet they still need a male to breed with. So how would they achieve this?
Age.
They change their sex. Guys, these fish are hermaphrodites. They change their sex as they need to. Really, really important, really special. So look, there's lots of disease in the water that goes through and targets one side of the sex, whether it be male or female. In this case, a disease started targeting all the male wrasse. They all started to die off, and the women went, you know what, who needs men anyway? We'll just make more when we need them. Which is what they've done, guys. They've adapted to the situation in a really special way. Really strong species now because of that. Clarks and anemone fish. And they have an amazing relationship with those white and green sponges all throughout the tank. They're known as sea anemones. Now guys, those sea anemones are living sea creatures. They're closely living relative to actually a jellyfish. And just like a jellyfish, I would reach in there and touch it, I would get stung by it. Now if I got stung by it, what wouldn't I do?
Pee on it.
I wouldn't pee on it. Why wouldn't I pee on it? Vinegar.
Because
Because it's gross, it's weird, it does nothing. We use hot water or vinegar to treat it, guys. You've got to remember that, we've got to stop peeing on ourselves. Now look, our fish don't get stung by it because there's a thick mucus coating their skin that skin can't get through. But guys, those anemones aren't stupid, they're really intelligent, they do something very, very special. I'm going to show you that with a piece of food. Show my fish, I'm going to drop it in, the fish is going to grab that, it's going to take it down and pay rent. How cool is that? So guys, they have a symbiotic relationship. Those sea anemones charge those fish rent to live inside of it. They have to actively feed it. Take it, we're going to drop it back in there. Brilliant, there it is. And if the anemone is hungry, it'll grab hold of it and start eating it. Really, really special relationship they've got there. Now guys, all of our clownfish are born male. Once again, hermaphrodites, they'll make one female only. The female is mum. She's the biggest fish in our tank there. Now mum rules the roost. You'll see her chasing around the children, saying stop stealing food from the pantry. The second largest fish in here is Dad. And at the moment, Dad's doing something very special. He's cleaning their eggs. and keeping them well oxygenated on the side of that rock there. Now guys, look, there could be 700 to 1,000 eggs there. But maybe only 5 or 6 of those will hatch. Does anyone have a guess why?
The enemy eats them.
What was that?
The enemy eats them.
No. Yeah, Mum does eat some of them, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Temperature?
Here. Temperature, no. Guys, Dad's a horrible shot.
Ah.
There could be 700 or 1,000 eggs there, but he might have only fertilised 5 or 6.
I have lips.
Alrighty guys, welcome to the locals tank. Now look, I like to talk about lazily naming fish in this tank here. Okay, we lazily name fish for a reason. There's lots of things in the ocean that can hurt you pretty bad. We're going to be able to identify those as fast as possible. So guys, that beautiful speckledy fish on the top of the tank over there, it's probably the most lazily named fish we've got here. We called it a barramundi cod. Alright, it must have been named on a Friday afternoon. The boys wanted to go to the pub. But look, they looked at it, said it's got the body shape of a barramundi, the skin colour of a cod. We'll call it barramundi cod, leave it there. But it's lazily named for a reason, guys. If someone would be stung by that fish or bitten by it, you'd go to the ER room and say, look, it looked like a barramundi, had dots all over it. They'd show you a photo of a barramundi cod. They'd say, look, it's not a poisonous or a venomous fish, you can go home. That's why we lazily name fish, so we can ID them really quick. These beautiful blue fish getting around with the yellow mascara on their eyes, this big one here, they're a surgeon fish. On the back of their body, they have a couple of fins they can push out, and they're like a surgeon's blade. And they'll use those to actively cut up other fish. Very nasty, but once again, lazy name for a reason. The fish over there on the bottom, guys, a scribbled angelfish. Just a beautiful fish we get up in this region, showing vibrant colours. Generally, vibrant colours in the ocean are warning they're poisonous. These guys here are using that to their advantage, so fish, leave them alone. Now guys, the most special fish in the tank are these two over here. My coral margins. Those fish are absolutely adorable. They are monogamous. Those fish, they're mate for life. They pick one partner and one partner only. Okay? Very, very special. It is said that if their partner passes away, they'll also do the same very shortly after from heartbreak. You do the same thing, wouldn't you? Oh!
I beat him now.
I'll push him in.
Well, not into my tank, please. I'll take it out of the ocean, please.
No, sea snakes.
But guys, this is why we don't aimlessly kill fish in the ocean. If you catch something that you're not going to eat, put it back. Keep it alive, because you might be breaking up a small family there, which isn't too nice. Now guys, any questions? None.
Can you eat those?
That one.
What's that one there called?
Surgeon fish?
Can you eat them?
Look, you can. Are they tasty? No.
Oh, that one. Oh, I haven't got that one. The angels.
Beautiful fish generally aren't tasty fish. Yeah.
I
Generally
got that one.
so.
I want the angel.
Any other questions, guys?
What are the best eating fish around here? Just snap on it.
Barramundi cod.
Yeah.
Pudding fish. You agree? Yeah. But guys, what we'll do is we'll move across to the next tank. You got a question, buddy?
Whiting.
Oh, star. Yeah, there's all starfish right behind you, underneath us.
And just pretend to be.
Can't see anything.
Big starfish on the side.
Yeah, see, I
Yeah, them all
saw.
on the
This was
side.
the first tank I saw. I didn't see that thingy.
Makes you think that it's a tennis.
Alrighty, guys.
That's like a rhino.
Yeah, we're going to start with one of these guys here.
Oh, just pick him up. And stamp him.
You want to touch it?
I can. I just was shocked. I was like, what's his hand doing in there?
I'm going to look at my hands in my tank. You're looking for a boring tour. Guys, sea stars. Or starfish. Yes, we changed the name. It is a starfish. Guys, they were called starfish. We changed the name because we realised they weren't related to fish at all. We changed it to sea stars. I like to call them starfish. Call it what you like. No one's ever going to pick you up on it. Guys, really incredible species. It's actually peeing right now on me. It's gross. See that?
Oh,
Horrible, right? You want some? Yeah.
Oh, will that help with the sting?
Yeah, apparently. Really cool. So, guys, it's not every day you get peed on by
Is that a
a
defense mechanism thing? Or
yeah. It actually really smells. Smells. See? Blame me again. Can ya? Really flick some of ya. Alrighty, guys. Sea stars, really, really incredible. These.
Whose sticker fell off?
How quick's that, guys? Did you actually see it take the food in its mouth, or you just see the movement? Very, very quick. Our eyes do refresh. I believe it's around.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
Oh, okay. Can I sell a lining?
Hey, I'm grabbing my tank. Alright guys, I'm going to wander over here and stand in the shade. I don't want to get sunburned.
And these cold. He's so big.
Alrighty guys, so a long time ago out here in Shark Bay there was a very large commercial fishery, and these boats were going through catching all the snapper they could find. They almost wiped out the snapper population here completely. So we opened up Ocean Park as a snapper breeding program. We bred thousands of these fish and released them back into the ocean. I want to say guys, if you do enjoy eating fish, don't stop. Just try catching it yourself. It's much better for the environment. So you can see all those beautiful pink snappers swimming around, having food off the surface. Oh, that seagull is going to go missing. But there's some other really cool fish in this tank. Over here I've got an estuary cod. Now his name is Kirby because it's a bit like a vacuum cleaner. Guys, this thing passes in front of his mouth just like a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
Very impressive fish. Now the larger guy in the tank here, that is Kobe. Now he's a cobia. He's not a shark, although he does look like a shark and he swims like a shark. He does that for one simple reason. Guys, sharks share food with each other. So if he can convince sharks he's one of them, he'll get a free feed. But if they ever found out he was a fish, he would be first on the menu. No, so they got more crushing plates. Yeah, they're much smaller teeth. Guys, those ones there will not harm humans at all. Terrified of humans generally. Now he's about 40 kilos, but that species can grow to about 90 kilos. Over double that size, yeah. Very impressive fish.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I got it myself. It's all good.
Nice.
What's wrong?
Oh, the wobble
Oh,
on the bridge.
he just said he built it himself.
Oh, there, but well, I don't trust him.
So who's scared of sharks? Yeah, terrified? Why are you terrified of sharks? Yeah, where did you hear that? Well, on the news. Brilliant, guys. More than likely everything you know about sharks has come from movies. And I have no obligation to tell you the truth. I can tell you right now, there is no such thing as a tornado full of sharks. Really? Can't happen. Alright? Look, if Jaws was the way it would be in real life, you'd turn it off after the first minute because it'd be quite boring. Guys, sharks aren't interested in eating humans. They don't like the taste of us, nor do they like the smell of our blood. Sharks are extremely lazy. Now, the media doesn't do a good thing for sharks at all. Okay, my main job I do around here is I actually do shark tagging and research. So I've been in the water with hundreds of sharks, I've tagged hundreds of sharks. Never felt threatened by a shark in my life. Now guys, the media does spread rumours and stories about sharks. They're saying shark attacks are increasing. They've actually been steadily decreasing over the last 100 years. If you actually look at the evidence online, the numbers have been going down drastically on supposed shark attacks. Now they often misrepresent sharks with their attacks as well. There's a good story that came out of Broome about 4 years ago now. The media posted up saying a young child was mauled by a shark in the shallows. Okay? I knew the location, so I went up there as part of my research and I actually investigated what went on. We conducted a few interviews and we found out the child was bitten by a shark, yes. What the media forgot to mention was the shark was dragged up onto the beach. Okay? The parents of the child asked the kid to stand in front of the shark for a photo where it turned its head and it bit him on the leg. He had 2 stitches. That's not the story you got told. They called for a shark cull because of that. Okay? They twist the stories about sharks, guys. It often happens. Now we're killing sharks at a rate of about 100 million per year. We're wiping out a species, we're doing nothing about it because we fear them. Guys, fear sells. Now look, there is 3 sharks in this tank here. And they don't seem too interested in this food, do they?
No.
Anyone have a guess why? Not hungry, well fed. Guys, the biggest shark in here is a bit over 2 meters. A shark of that size only needs about 200 grams of food per day to survive. This head here weighs about half a kilo, if not more. This is going to feed every shark in this tank today. They don't eat very much. So you hear fishermen say sharks eat all the fish in the ocean. There's no evidence to support that either. Okay? Now fishermen do have problems with sharks, and that's for one simple reason. Sharks have what we call a homing beacon for dying or distressed fish. Spots of lorenzini under their nose, it tells them where a distressed fish is. So when a fish is on a fishing rod getting caught or in a net, they're distressed. That's sending out a homing beacon for where those sharks need to go find their food. Sharks are designed to ferment the ocean floor. They eat dying whales, decaying fish, whatnot on the bottom of the ocean. Now look, yes, about per year 6 people die from shark attacks. Mistaken identity. So some sharks, the shark particularly I'm talking about is great white sharks. They might feed on seals once a month to once every 2 months. They eat one seal. Okay, now if they see a human swimming around in the water like a dying seal, they're probably going to have a little taste of it, aren't they? Quite hungry after a month of not eating. Unfortunately for us, they have very sharp teeth and quite a strong bite, and they take limbs off pretty quick. But you don't hear people being eaten by sharks, only bitten. They don't like the taste of humans, that's fact. We know that. Just very unfortunate. Sharks are being very lazy today. So guys, in here there is 2 lemon sharks and there's 1 tiger shark. Now the lemon sharks get their name from the yellow tinge on their skin. It's not because it tastes like lemon, alright? Don't get it confused. Now the tiger shark, very cool shark. At the moment he's just over 2 metres, about 2.2. But in his lifetime he'll grow to about 6 metres long. Now people fear tiger sharks more than other sharks because they're garbage disposal units. They will literally eat anything they can find. Okay, they've actually caught these tiger sharks and they've pulled bits of metal out of their stomach before because they will literally eat everything. Beautiful. Scared. Alright. Beautiful. We've got there in the end, guys. Go on, take a piece off. You don't eat the whole thing, you gotta share that.
Gone.
Gone.
Go on, chew it off then. Guys, does that seem like an aggressive man-eating monster to you?
Oh yeah.
Terrifying, isn't it?
Dog's bites worse than
Yeah, bit of a play. If that shark wanted to, it could absolutely take this off me. Not a problem, I can tell you that right now.
I like it too.
Alrighty guys, I'll get started. Welcome to the predator tank. In this tank we have some amazing predatory fish. We're going to start with this big dark one here. He's Max. He's a mulloway or a black jewfish. Very intelligent fish. Okay, people say that fish have a 3-second memory. Absolutely false. And Max is the perfect example of that. Guys, Max has learned if he comes up to this window here and annoys me, he gets extra food. Guys, he figured out a week after being put in this tank here, he comes and spits water out at me, soaks me, I give him extra food and tell him to go away. How clever is that? Guys, it took him 2 weeks to teach his friends how to do that trick. Now here's the problem. We tried stopping him. We said, you know what, we're not going to feed you anymore when you spit water out at us. He soon realised that mobile phones were quite expensive. He went to spit on mobile phones and cameras. Guys, we got outsmarted by fish. We had to start feeding them again for that simple reason. We didn't want people destroying their phones. So if you do ever get outsmarted by a fish, don't feel bad. They are really intelligent. Now we can hear that large popping sound. Guys, mulloway create shock waves through their water. Has anyone ever heard the expression a stunned mullet? Yeah, it comes from these guys. So as they make that large popping sound as they're feeding in a school of fish, it will be able to stun many of the fish around and they'll get an easy meal. Very, very clever little trick. Now guys, there's some beautiful trevally in here. Some yellowfin trevally, golden trevally guys, with amazing eyesight. They do see food, they launch after it with rapid speed. Hey buddy, want the food? They can move about 60 k's an hour, and they can see about 10 metres out of the water. And they have that ability for one reason, they love the taste of bird. They will launch themselves into the sky for a little feathery snack. Very, very intelligent. Now guys, there is a very aggressive predatory fish in this tank. For some time I was feeding him by hand. I soon realised that was a bad idea and one day I almost took my hand off. Okay?
It's right there.
Now guys, I've been with a stick because that's the safest way to feed him now. It's a mangrove jack, and ours is quite a trophy mangrove jack, guys. Very impressive fish. Now he will jump out of the water, take his food off my stick generally. Hungry, buddy? I tell you, he's going to get me one day.
Big mangrove jack.
So guys, he's a very impressive fish, the mangrove jack. They live up in the mangroves when they're quite small in small tidal pools. As they get larger and larger, they happily head out to the ocean to hunt, and they'll move from reef to reef, eating absolutely everything they can find. They're a very aggressive feeder. They swim around in schools and eat everything. Now we do have a few cool cod in this tank, hanging out in the centre there on my inlet pipe. It's a spotted cod. I've got one that usually hangs around the side here as well. Guys, like Kirby, big vacuum cleaners. They're ambush predators. They come up behind their food, they open their mouths, evacuate water through their gills rapidly, and everything goes straight down to their stomach. Very impressive. Still hungry, aren't you? Guys, any questions? No? You're happy with that?
Trying to get in on that wing. It's that windy I can't even keep the camera straight.
Cool sounds in here. I want to go in. Oh, that was a big ship.
That's the one that crashed.
What, that you can see the top of?
It's the one that all their names out the front.
That you can see the top of it? No, that's the boat. Wait, this tour is like this. Did anyone survive? Dad, did anyone survive? Oh, so it was that far from them. No, Mum.
You're pro.
This is a sign you want to see. They're coming out.
As well as photo communication. So the volunteers are just coming out now. So, like I said earlier, we'll be able to handle, we'll be able to do this really what it is to help feed and ears. Unfortunately, food is not.
Monkey Mia. Becky Beach. A little bit of dolphins before. Water's nice. It's calm as today. Hopefully we're heading out to National Park today, so see if we can get out there and do a bit of four-wheel driving. No, I don't think so. No, shouldn't be.
Per vehicle.
That's part of our passes. Parks pass holders, that's us.
Referred to guys.
For entry fees, but you can't include
Apply. Yeah, if we want to camp, then we pay extra.
That's what.
Big lagoon campgrounds.
Imagine how salty it's gonna be.
So definitely be camping up here next time we come up. Get the vans up in here, not a problem. National Park. Gonna have a bit of a squiz. Nah.
I can't have one spare key.
This is an absolutely awesome area to camp. Hello, camp kitchens. Straight on the lagoon. Have a look at the lagoon. Look at this. Our areas. Look at this. Boat ramp. Yeah, this is a bit spacey. Like camping area. Definitely. Next time we come up here, we're staying here for a while. Good week, I reckon, on this one. Yeah, this thing. We're at Herald Bight, Cape Peron, just out of Shark Bay National Park. Absolutely stunning. Sand is burning, but on fire. And then I just swallowed a fly. Ow. Huh? Nah, it'll be alright. Pretty easy. Nah, it's pretty easy. We'll just crawl out of that. Easy, easy, mate. Cast net, then put netting out. That sand is cooking. Cool down the feet. Cool down the feet. Absolutely freaking stunning. Have a look at this. Cape Peron, another Iveco.
That'd be alright one, that'd be good. Put the van on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can push the bloody the bed.
Oh, a single one would work.
Sand is cooking. Oh, look at that! At the water's edge.
What are we looking at?
Right there.
Water.
Wow.
What is it? That's sorry, that's a whale shark.
Look at that shark.
No, it's a
Dolphin. Dolphins. Dolphins hang around in the water. Just here. Look at them. Oh, have a look at the colours, would ya? Have a look at the red sand colours along here. Dolphins in the water. There's a little shark buzzing past. It's a little shark chasing them. Have a look at the colour of the red. Mate, look how special this is, Jake. Awesome, isn't it? Peron Peninsula. It's a place of relationships between the landscape, wildlife and the people. The white sand and then it goes red. Brilliant. Colour of that water. Get across the white sands again. Have a look at that. There's people down there on the beach. Brilliant. at the Cape Peron homestead. Thermal pools, lots of emus around actually. Still there walking around. All little babies all in the trees there. Another one over there. Bit of a look around. Peron Peninsula. Oh, it's a bit cool in here. Too hot?
40 degrees.
Oh, it's 40 degrees in there. Hot?
Sorry, stuck at 40 and nearly burnt her foot.
Nearly burnt your foot?
Go and have a feel.
So it's a good winter thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, looks like we won't be swimming. It's that hot. Oh yeah. That's hot. That's hot. Bloody lovely, but that's hot. Be a nice, yeah, especially come up. So pretty much that's what we did today. Right up through there.